Here are all the action reports, Chief. Once you sign them, they'll be ready for archiving. Adjutant Nightingale is out on duty today. Before she left, she specifically instructed me to keep an eye on you and ensure you're not shirking your duties or wandering off. Ah, avoiding eye contact, are we? Feeling a bit guilty, Chief?
Chief, an unknown sinner has arrived at the MBCC.
Not quite like that. This person isn't for capture. She's been personally escorted by the higher-ups. A VIP, actually. Per the notice, no shackles are needed for her.
The subject has been escorted to the interrogation room, Chief. She's expressed a desire to speak with you.
We should have met sooner. I went to the party at the Midsummer Nights Club as well, but unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to speak with you. You looked dazzling that night. It's been a long time, dear Chief. I've heard. After the riot, you lost much of your memory. You probably don't remember me anymore. Given that, allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Shalom. I've been entrusted to assess the situation with the MBCC and the Chief. There might be something I can assist with. I'll likely be bothering you guys for a while, Chief. Yes, we crossed paths at MBCC and engaged meaningfully. You made a lasting impression on me, so perhaps we could be considered more than mere acquaintances. Friends, I'd like to think. You look a bit surprised. Is that so? Madame Langley of the Ninth Agency is a very powerful sinner, and given her disposition, she's never one to downplay it. Did you, by any chance, forget about your direct superior? Be careful. She might come knocking on your door. Feel free to ask any questions. That's why I requested this additional interrogation. It was tough to arrange this meeting, and I'd hate to see you looking so anxious. Call it Shorl. It's the latest innovation from the Black Ring Research Institute. Since I lack the ability to defend myself independently, It's been assigned to assist with protection, communication, information gathering, and analysis, among other tasks. The enhancement materials from MBCC designed for sinners don't really work on me. However, if I share them with Shorl, it can optimize its combat efficiency through analysis, thereby better safeguarding everyone. It's a reliable companion. I get it. You've always had a tense relationship with Paradeisos. I don't want to hide anything from you. Yes, Paradeisos has been watching you, particularly your involvement in the 2 Black Ring incidents. Just admit you despise it. You're a candid person. There's no need for pretenses with me. Aside from public misconceptions, Paradeisos isn't exactly winning any popularity contests, but they're acutely self-aware. I picked up a saying from your overworked colleagues that hits the nail on the head when it comes to describing Paradeisos' attitude. Whatever. Just roll with it. With your current level of clearance, I can't disclose much about the true nature of the situation. However, the stance of Paradeisos is no secret. From the moment of its founding, Paradeisos has been driven by a singular goal: to seek out the nearly impossible solution for preserving human civilization in the face of apocalypse. This is their unwavering commitment, and they are willing to sacrifice everything to achieve it. All worldly temptations hold no allure for them. In turn, they must fervently detach from worldly attachments to navigate the complexities of reality. Consequently, their actions may often appear cold and unyielding. The FAC is much more popular than them. This comes from their genuine regard for you, coupled with my own subtle yearning to see you again. Paradeisos has acknowledged all your efforts to date. They need you and wish to convey this. Of course, they're aware they lack the emotional connection needed to regain your trust. That's why they've specifically sanctioned my visit. Given our past interactions, they seem to think that a greeting from me would yield a more favorable response. Setting aside my personal feelings and speaking from an official and rational standpoint, I want you to know this. Every faction has its own viewpoint, but being made up of individuals, differing perspectives and interpretations are inevitable. You possess a force that is both potent and enigmatic, eliciting fear, hatred, or envy from people across all organizations. How you are perceived can shift at any given moment. So, firm up your own convictions, keep your eyes peeled, and gather all the intel you can. Seek out the force that you can wield and believe in. That's what you should be focusing on. You're not fundamentally at odds with them. You're not the kind to incite mania for personal gain, so you're not inherently opposed to Paradeisos. That means there's a pathway to mutual progress. At least, I'd hope so. Of course, I wanted to see you. Tell me about your journeys. You've been awake for over 2 months now, and I've heard you've traveled far and wide, meeting all sorts of people. You're looking healthier, more vibrant even. Word around here is you're well liked. You've made quite a few friends, haven't you? Share with me the highs and lows, what you've gained and what concerns you. It's been a while. I've been wondering how you're holding up. Wow, you're really living life on the edge, aren't you? You're key to our operations. We can't afford to have you abducted. So, who's been audacious enough to come at you? And how did our Minos chief pull off a clever victory? Indeed. Reports can make it seem straightforward, but living it is another story altogether. What about now? Has waking up to this world dimmed its horrors for you? But you've come so far, gained a solid footing. This bureau is your fortress now. Not only are you secure, but you also offer sanctuary to countless others. Each sinner draws strength from you, and along the way, many have found their salvation through your influence. Everyone seems to put their faith in you. That's quite the achievement, wouldn't you agree? I don't get many chances to see you, so it's hard to anticipate your every move. Instead, you always seem to surprise me when we meet. The first time we crossed paths was here, earlier this year, before you lost your memory. Back then, you were a storm of raw emotions, a spectacle of pure, unfiltered feeling. Unyielding, you charged forward without a second thought. I wasn't around for long, but long enough to see the chaos you left in your wake, a constant thorn for the Bureau. The second encounter was just last month, at the Midsummer Nights Club. Quite the unexpected setting. You were all dressed up. A single glance told me it was your covert assignment garb, so I held back, not wishing to interfere. Yet, there you were, being approached by someone entirely unexpected. That sinner provoked you, throwing your plans into disarray. In the past, you would have erupted in rage. Yet, in that moment, you responded with calculated grace, maintaining just a sliver of your old temper, allowing no room for them to save face. And the third time? That's happening right now. You've become adept at playing along with my words, revealing just enough genuine emotion to gain my trust and soften my resolve. Simultaneously, you subtly fish for information, attempting to unlock aspects of your past that remain sealed off to you. Don't get me wrong, I'm not holding it against you. In fact, I find it comforting. The sober world can be overwhelmingly intricate. Watching your every move through the cold detachment of those reports is nerve-wracking. Unable to be with you, all I can do is worry. Now that we've finally met face to face, I'm at ease. You've been evolving, maturing, steadying, and deepening your thoughts. At the very least, you've become resilient enough that no one can easily break you. Most importantly, even with all these transformations, some core aspects of you remain the same. We've held hands like this before, still remember the touch, just as I remember who you were back then. You remain as unyielding as ever, going to great lengths to preserve your true self. You don't back down easily. I admire that kind of defiance. Yes. Back to your question. You asked me if a past version of yourself would have performed better. My answer is no. You're always moving forward. Even the loss of memory hasn't hindered your progress. You continue your relentless journey forward. Each step you take represents the best you are capable of, right here and now. But I can't just trivialize your experience with applause, because the pain and loss you've endured cut deep. They're palpable, and I feel it as if it were my own. Today, I am no longer permitted to remove these gloves and feel your touch. We each have boundaries that must not be crossed, but you should sense the sentiments I hold. We are fated to experience loss, but as long as you continue to move forward, the ones you hold dear will inevitably reunite with you at the journey's end, amidst a celestial ocean of azure blossoms. And as for those memories you've lost, forever beyond reach and unable to be mourned, don't worry. Even if it's a mere fragment, I'll hold it in memory for you.
Chief! I didn't expect you to show up in person, ma'am. There's an urgent document requiring Chief's authorization. Could you spare a few minutes?
Go on. Your adjutant is waiting. I'll hand you back to her for now. There will be plenty of time for us later.
I appreciate your understanding. Chief, would you kindly follow me, please? Have you shackled her yet? I see. My apologies. I overreacted. She is indeed a pivotal figure. Whatever happens, you must pass this trial safely. Please, don't ask any further questions. I must go.
The earlier records from the Bureau should all be on this shelf. I haven't been clean in a while. It's a bit disorganized.
Yes, we crossed paths at MBCC and engaged meaningfully. You made a lasting impression on me, so perhaps we could be considered more than mere acquaintances. Friends, I'd like to think.
More files? Oh, right! We've got even more classified stuff here. The kind of legendary tales you only hear whispered about in the Bureau. However, security tightened up after the unrest. Looks like they've sealed off all those juicy files. I can't get at them. I don't have the clearance. I'm not really well versed with the documents predating my employment here. I wasn't on board at the time. Now that I think about it, I've only actually encountered Chief in the last few months since joining. What have you been up to all this time?
The first time we crossed paths was here, earlier this year, before you lost your memory. Back then, you were a storm of raw emotions, a spectacle of pure, unfiltered feeling. Unyielding, you charged forward without a second thought.
Take a look! These are the flowers I had Miss Shalom pick out for the office. She's even going to teach me flower arranging later. What a wonderful person.
Does the office usually keep flowers around?
There's the Philistine who can't appreciate beauty.
Weren't you deeply skeptical of the new inspector before? What made you switch sides so quickly?
She's not only gentle and attractive, but also a high-ranking official from Paradeisos. She was exceptionally cooperative when I had her sign the visitor's log last time. No pretense whatsoever. I always thought Paradeisos folks were enigmatic, but who knew you'd find such a gentle soul among them, huh?
Wow. Is it really proper for someone like that to be in a regular room? Every time I bring food, I'm on pins and needles. Can't even bring myself to joke with the sinners nearby anymore.
What's the issue? The real power players are here for this very scrutiny. I've been watching. She observes the Bureau casually while engaging in light conversation. She's nothing like the empty suits in Eastside. These are people who genuinely make things happen. We had a conversation and she remembered me and my job from just a single meeting. Do you think if I impress that high-ranking Paradeisos official might greenlight my transfer? This place is all right, but I have my sights set on something better.
Have you shackled her yet?
What's on your mind? No, I'd be more than happy to go with you. I'd also like to bear witness to your battle.
Chief, I forwarded the map to you. The MBCC squad will coordinate with FAC forces to intercept smugglers along Route B. High chance the target is infected with mania. Exercise extreme caution.
So long, I'm starving. Hey, dummy, is your intel accurate or not?
Keep it down. The enemy could show up any second. You'll blow our cover.
We've conquered the Black Ring together. There's no hurdle we haven't overcome. Are you saying you're actually scared of these underlings, Hecate?
Taking down the enemy is only part of the mission. We're also responsible for the safety of Chief and the Inspector. There's no room for complacency.
Right. It's not just Chief this time. Even the new Inspector can't fight.
Chief once mentioned that he's surrounded by many who are not just capable, but also deeply trustworthy. Among them is a sinner from Syndicate, someone he deems reliable. Your deeds have been chronicled in our operational reports, and, to put it simply, they're extraordinary. We're deeply grateful for the sacrifices you've made for this city.
Capable? Isn't it obvious? Do you even know who you're dealing with? I'm the most formidable sinner in all of Minos!
Chief, please don't act on a whim. We can't afford another mishap. I'm really worried about you.
Hella, stop messing around and stay sharp. Chief.
Attack.
Oh, fuck! What is that?
The mission's complete, Chief. We can head back now.
You...
Did you think I was going to do something? Don't worry. I have no intention of harming her. These are the people who mean the most to you. Go on. She needs you more than anyone else. Attack. Go on. She needs you more than anyone else. You possess a force that is both potent and enigmatic, eliciting fear, hatred, or envy from people across all organizations. How you are perceived can shift at any given moment. So, firm up your own convictions, keep your eyes peeled, and gather all the intel you can. Seek out the force that you can wield and believe in. That's what you should be focusing on. Do you want to talk about the past? Or some new problems you've run into? I've noticed You've been watching me intently all day. It's clear you're questioning my motives for being here. You'd like nothing more than to shackle me, wouldn't you? Making you uneasy was never my intent. It runs counter to everything I meant to do. I can't reveal any further details. I'd like to speak with him. Could we have some privacy? It doesn't need eyes to understand what's happening. I sent it away, primarily for your sake. You'd feel awkward if we weren't alone, wouldn't you? Why so tensed up? You've come a long way, yet so naive still. won't go further. Just relax. It won't hurt. If you keep resisting, it's hard on me, too. You'll end up hurting both of us. You're torn between fleeing and drawing closer, between fearing me and wanting to surpass me. You shy away from my deep scrutiny, but you yearn to unveil every part of me. You wish to delve into my true thoughts, to have me lay bare my entire being before you. Then use the shackles. I'll show you the depths of my soul. One of the conditions for activation is skin-to-skin contact, right? If not having shackles on me is unsettling you, then go ahead. It's all good. I completely understand. I'll meet your needs. Isn't this what you've been yearning to do? You've gone through so much. You've earned this. I grant you permission to do whatever you desire. Anything you wish to do, it's not a concern. You have the prerogative. Just be certain. What do you truly seek from me? Be certain, and then proceed. So you really can't remember, huh? Look carefully. The one who bestowed me with the shackles is you. Maybe it's best not to get any closer. Give up. The power of mania has no sway here, and that includes your shackles. I do possess certain neuroinduction capabilities, but don't mistake this place as my creation. I've simply guided your consciousness here. This is the Consciousness Observatorium, a realm that has been tirelessly developed by Paradeisos over years. It represents the outermost boundary where human reason can venture into the mania. Beyond that rift lies the realm of primordial mania, the origin of all things. Anything that ventures into it will instantly warp and disintegrate, while any sentient being will be swiftly overtaken, assimilated, and lose their sense of self. You've seen the Black Ring. Should it intensify, it will ultimately forge a link to this locale. This is the cutting edge of cataclysmic studies, and undoubtedly the most perilous zone. That's why Paradeisos has implemented the most stringent counter-mania protocols on this side of the rift, to ensure the malevolent forces from beyond never breach this realm. You wanted a heart-to-heart, didn't you? Naturally, I'd pick a sanctuary where you can speak your mind. A true, intimate universe between us. There's no prying machinery or listening ears here. Only those with a unique link to the realm beyond the rift can access this place. It's solely our world now. I am a sinner of unique designation, tasked solely with fulfilling dire necessities. My role situates me on the front line of turmoil, monitoring the volatile currents of mania and the shifting landscapes of reality. I report my observations to higher authorities and offer strategies for intervention. All right, I've laid my cards on the table, showing you my true stance. However, I suspect that these matters may feel quite distant to you. Surely you have questions that are closer to your heart? Go ahead and ask. Personally, I'll be completely upfront about what I can discuss. And when it comes to what I can't reveal, due to certain rules, I'll be straightforward about that as well. I trust you'll grasp the nuances between the two. A greeting that doubles as a test. The objective is to gauge the loyalty of the present chief of MBCC. Paradeisos has been watching you. Your unique abilities are vital to the city. They're considering entrusting you with an even greater responsibility. All the more reason to deepen mutual understanding. Before they task you with important responsibilities, they want to gauge the extent to which they can place their trust in you. We're nearly there. This is the final stretch. So far, everything falls within acceptable bounds. Well done. Paradeisos has its own set of judgment criteria, which I'm not permitted to reveal to you. But believe me, actions of that severity would certainly be beyond what you could stomach as well. It would be a manner of dealing with a threat to humanity that you, too, would find justifiable. Unfortunately, the specific details can't be disclosed. Relax. You're a person of integrity and good character. As long as you don't make an enemy of the city, you won't be regarded as a foe by Paradeisos. Though they may appear different, these are your own shackles, originating from your past self. I am a sinner, and you bestowed these shackles upon me on the day we first met. Do you remember? Maybe your amnesia has led to a subtle shift in your identity. Because of this, you can no longer connect with the shackles of your past, losing your grip on them as a result. In a sense, their hold on me has weakened considerably compared to the past. Shackles are the power of the mind, and a fragment of that power has faded along with your memories. The old draw back to leap forward tactic to bait me. Clever, aren't you? Paradeisos has nothing to tell you, but I do. When I said I once considered you a friend, I meant it. If possible, I'd like to find that friend again. But what good would it do to fill you in on the past? What if I told you that your past self was a fearsome monster, despised and shunned by the world, leaving destruction in your wake? Would you believe me now? What if I told you that all you hold dear is nothing but a velvet leash, skillfully crafted to control you? That the love you receive is merely a ruse to tame your spirit? They've taken what truly matters to you, replacing it with hollow substitutes. Do you have the courage to shatter this illusion? Once, you were a force to be reckoned with. An unyielding edge that bent to no one and broke for nothing. Even willing to consume yourself to incinerate this world. But that power has long since faded in you. Do you wish to confront your true self? To reclaim him? Because you are my friend. I want to help you. So you've seen through me. All of this was a test set by Paradeisos. Will you give me your answer now? Is that so? Do you really believe that? You're correct. I have nothing more to reveal. Henceforth, your conversations will be with Paradeisos. Congratulations. The test has concluded. You've proven to be a person of true integrity and kindness. Paradeisos eagerly awaits this news. I shall take my leave from your bureau. You no longer have to live in a state of anxiety. It's good to see you again. And even better to see you happy. Farewell.
The data is recovering more quickly than anticipated. We're on the right track, and the experiment is proceeding smoothly. Hush Project is advancing to Phase 3. Time to bring in new elements. What's wrong?
Subject 17. She harbors intense animosity towards her overseers, evidenced by multiple incidents of assault during surveillance. Could her emotional volatility compromise the integrity of our experimental data? Should we consider replacing her?
A dissenter among the sinners, huh? Let's go ahead and use her for a trial run.
Subject is in place. Confirm M-value fluctuations are within acceptable parameters. Commencing the final phase of Hush. Initiating the extraction of mania. Entity formation underway. 20% complete. Channel confirmed open. Initiate specialized intervention. Channel is stable. The experiment is now linked to the corridor zone. Extraction phase complete. Proceed with the activation of rule control mechanism.
Data has stabilized. Positional anchor point secured. Stable link established between the manic entity and the test subject. Experiment successful. The outcome is flawless and potent, heralding an unparalleled stable point of observation. What shall we name it? We'll name her Rebel, a fitting memorial to her former unruliness. We won't be seeing that defiant spirit again. She will surpass us in marking all dissenters. Blessings upon you.
Blessings upon you. Blessings upon you.
Blessings upon you.
Blessings upon you.
Blessings upon you.
Blessings upon you.
Blessings upon you. May you witness the ultimate end.
Copy that.
Chief. Are you all right? You passed out for 4 hours. Are you feeling unwell?
The inspector is already en route back to Paradeisos. Miss Shalom left a specific verbal message. The test has concluded, and Paradeisos is highly satisfied. You've met our expectations.
Big dummy! You finally decided to wake up, huh? Do you have any idea how worried I've been?
Investigation complete. The target has ingested at least 3 fragments. A full activation from BR-004, a semi-activated entity from BR-001, and an inert, restricted version from the White Cube. It seems the Underground has already made contact with him. I don't think it's necessary. He's more stable than any subject we've had before. The absorption of Corpus and link with the Sinners hasn't tainted him severely. Perhaps it's tied to his unique past. Even though he's the final flawed specimen, his stability is remarkable. I'll sync the data accordingly. This is a reasonable judgment. I have no objections. Interacting with him has drained me. Please allow me some time to recover. You won't be seen as an enemy. You'll be seen merely as a tool. A tool that's unstable, unreliable, and can be sacrificed for various necessities at any given moment. When the time comes, it might be me who takes action. makes things easier. What do I want? You, of course. It's good to see you haven't lost your edge. If your past self were here, he'd be just as relieved as I am. I have 6 months left. Let's find the ultimate answer.
The intel is rock solid. Our target is right here. Minos' chief has been hidden out in this location. Whose turf is this? Rustfire? Some other gang? Or could it be those underground types? It doesn't matter, and it's not important. What's crucial is that we retrieve him today. With the hush on site, there's no way we're losing this.
Yes, he's very weak. A rare opportunity indeed. Let me do a test. I've come to see you. You've slimmed down. You look rather pallid. It's as if all the Bureau's hard work over the past 6 months has come to naught. Your adjutant must be concerned. Your hair has grown, reminding me of the first time we met. I did all this. The Black Ring, the uprisings, even your path. Everything has been calculated to lead us here. Can you hear my words? You must despise me by now. Then come back. Try it. I want to bring you back.
Back off. Don't even think about using your tricks.
So frightened? You should have seized the chance to kill me when you had it. 9 years without using your power. Must be quite the struggle to hold back, isn't it? You know, if you just let go of that animosity and show me a little kindness, you wouldn't have to worry about me manipulating you. See how alive and kicking you still are right now. You owe some of that to me, don't you think? It's been a while, representative of the Inner Bay. Or should I say, leader of Rustfire.
No, better we never cross paths again. Could you turn back? This humble abode of mine is ill-suited for one such as you.
An utter monster!
Run as far as you can with him. If you're found again, it's all over.
You.
Yikes, goosebumps! There's a ghost!
I've been transformed into an instrument for human well-being, stripped of my desires, and eradicated of impulsivity, all in the pursuit of becoming a rational cornerstone. My heart has been severed, transformed into an alien entity, laden with unyielding shackles, and banished to realms where humans fear to venture, exiled into the void. It is tasked with observing the mania within the abyss far removed from reality, in search of humanity's elusive, ultimate answer. Through the rift, I observe its agony, fury, struggles, and wails day after day. I watch it as it grotesquely oppresses its own kind, yet I remain utterly unmoved. I possess no heart with which to feel pain. Can I even be considered human anymore? I guess not. I underwent an indoctrination of reason, becoming an instrument for humanity. Until the day my usefulness corrodes and I become unreliable, a new instrument will emerge to take my place. I recognize the logic and soundness of this cycle. Any ethereal ripples of emotion, any lingering doubts, will find their most rational explanations, only to be systematically extinguished by reason. Reason was the armor bestowed upon me, until another monster shattered it. Good evening. I'm from the Hush Unit. You can call me Shalom. My mission is to neutralize any lingering side effects from prior operations, stabilizing your condition in the process. Rest assured, this will ease your suffering. You look like you've been through hell. Let me take it from here. I can offer you a way out.
Don't touch me! Mark my words. You'll regret this. If you don't end me now, you're in for a world of pain! I will never forgive. Never!
It's okay. Tools are meant to serve a purpose. The shackles have vanished. The black ring is unraveling, and even the underground stirs. Paradeisos calls for me. Before my replacement steps in, I shall conclude my final task for the 7th tenure. Don't think I'll forget. You're the one who chiseled this fracture into my hollow shell. For the first time, I felt pain, shock, and fear. Since that moment, the rift within me has widened, corrupting the purity of my thoughts. As I gaze upon the heart that's been affixed, I find no room for hatred, only doubt. Cowardice is masked as caution. Apathy is spun as reason. Cruelty turns into resolve. And stubbornness becomes determination. Those who deem themselves righteous shy away from their destiny, pushing the burden onto others. All my feelings were snuffed out by such cowards? See, it's at this very moment that a tool breaks. If things keep going this way, my readings will lose their accuracy. Mania will breach the rift, corrupting the hush system and making me deviate from my original purpose. I'd become a menace to humanity. But haven't I already been reduced to a mere tool? Dehumanized for so long. Should I still prioritize human welfare? Perhaps it's not necessary anymore. Just kidding. I do like humans. They let me catch a glimpse of the me that's been long dead.
You...
Go to hell!
Back off. Don't even think about using your tricks.
Shalom! You're back!
Thank you for shattering me. Everything that emerged twisted, yet born anew from the rift you created, I hold dear. Pleasure or desire, highs and lows, profound emotional ties. What I've experienced in the rift over the past year surpasses all that I've witnessed in the ocean of consciousness during the last 8 years. Is this the feeling of a heart reborn? The beast that once tore me apart, I've severed his chains and wrested it from the grasp of Paradeisos. When he awakens, will he revert to his former self and bare his fangs at you once more? You have a point. What we've lost can't be reclaimed, but we're destined for renewal. Just as he granted me freedom, I now return that freedom to you, along with the power you once lost. The monster that once shattered me will surely be able to dismantle all this foolishness once it wakes up, won't it? You won't let me down, will you? Unfortunately, it looks like I'll have to miss out on such an exhilarating battle. What comes next is my endgame. May I find the ultimate answer.
If you want to hate, hate the fact that you were born in Paradeisos.
Life's path is unforgiving, yet may we both find final freedom.